I want to ask a more fundamental question. Why would someone like you, given the kind of tech wherewithal you have, the kind of brains you have within your organization, not try and attack the more foundational level? Why is it that India hasn't produced a DeepSeek moment of its own? Why are we trying to build apps rather than try and do something more foundational?
No, I think you've got to figure out where you're playing in the stack and where your value add comes as a company, as a country, and that's how you focus on. I mean, today there's been an enormous amount of spend on the foundational models. It doesn't make sense for companies like us, with the cost of building those kinds of models, to replicate that. The value is in how do you specialize those models.
For a second to ask just this. That if everyone like you in India takes the same approach, or most people take the same approach, especially the ones who've got the cash flows to be able to invest, then where does India produce the kind of breakthrough technology that's coming out of Silicon Valley or now even out of China?
Right. But I'm saying, how do you sort of channelize the value that's coming out? So the value is in building highly specialized small language models. We had a conversation yesterday, where you can build models that are 50 billion parameters and can do effectively 95% of the work that most large language models can do. So you can be highly specialized. There's a huge opportunity for enterprises to be building highly specialized small language models. There's an opportunity for countries like India. I think we should be focusing tremendously on building small language, highly specialized models on areas of importance: healthcare, education, agriculture, governance. Right? So there's a huge play in just driving that specialization, multilingual models. Right? We have a huge opportunity to serve many, many different languages in our country. And so we as a company should focus on where our strengths lie. And our strengths lie in talent on scale. And that talent on scale can help drive both curation of data, fine-tuning of models, building out use cases, orchestrating agents, managing those use cases. And there's a huge opportunity to bring the technology to life inside of large enterprises. I find we oftentimes get hugely focused on building out of the technology. The magic is in the implementation of the technology. And that's why I also say sometimes that any technological change is actually wonderful for services companies, because you have to now make it real to create value inside of organizations.